was I got away, and I mean I walked away, and I'm like, look, they asked me, and I thought I'd be killed because there's not a good retirement program in the cartel, right? So
No.
and they don't like the unknown. That's what they can't deal with, is the unknown. So they're like, why would George walk away?
Yeah.
He doesn't do nothing. He has zero.
And I kind of read the thing that saved your life leaving the cartel is that between the 70s and up to you leaving, you never lied to the cartel or anyone else. Kind of, you were very honest. And you got this confirmed by somebody in the cartel.
Right. And I told this, and I told my guys, listen, no one dies for telling the truth. No matter what mistake you make. We can pay back money. We can buy kilos again. We can make $1 million, whatever. But don't freaking lie.
Yeah.
If you don't lie, you're gonna be safe. You're gonna be all right. And it was an opportunity where Pablo asked me to join with him to lie about something, where he wanted to offer insurance.
Yeah, that insurance, exactly. Yeah,
and he had that whole scheme where literally it was going to be a victimless crime, right? Because no one was going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Basically, he was gonna. So if you gave him 10 kilos and you paid $3,000 extra insurance, and all of a sudden the drugs didn't get to your buyer or to your client, then because it got confiscated or thrown in the ocean or whatever, you'd get your drugs back, right? So, but what ended up happening is, and you won't have to pay the freight on them. Yeah. So literally all you would do is lose time, right?
Yeah.
So you give it to me in April, and I'm like, hey, Gustav, look, the deal got confiscated, but you paid insurance. You bought insurance, so here's the deal. Because then you have to pay the insurance till it got to Miami.
Yeah.
So they got to Miami. So all they did is get their drugs back. But I looked at him and I'm like, I'm not going to participate in that. And he's like, well, why not? I said, because it's a lie.
Yeah.
And if I say that now, when would someone tell you that I lied about you and you're not going to believe me? I said, do whatever you want. I said, no one knows. No one's going to come and ask me. Make all the millions you want, sell all the insurance you want to sell. But I'm not dealing with that. And later on, when he put a contract on my life, because someone told him that I had used one of his airstrips in Mexico without his permission, the guy that came to kill me happened to be a guy that I helped a lot when his boss got murdered. As a matter of fact, I got him the job with Pablo, who killed his boss.
Wow. And who was that boss?
Actually, at that time, probably was the richest of them all. It was a guy named Frank Jimenez. Yeah. And he was stupid because at a party, he made a comment that, Pablo's got all the fame, but I got all the money. And it was true. He was probably 3 times as rich as Pablo. Yeah. But that was enough for Pablo to hit him.
Wow.
He had no respect for no human life, nothing.
Speaking about respect, I saw a quote. The more money you have, the more respect and consideration you get. But if people identify you with your money, what will happen when you don't have it anymore?
Exactly.
That's kind of what you also figured out after you gave away all your money, or gave back all the money.
People, listen, there is positional authority and moral authority, right?
Yeah.
Moral authority is the same as respect. You earn it. Positional authority is equal to fear. So if you fear me, I got power over you. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And that's what happened with Pablo. A lot of people feared him until one day someone doesn't fear you anymore.
Yeah.
But respect you earn. All right. And that's moral authority. People will follow you to death if they believe in you. If they know that you are, transparent, that that your word is gold, that you will never do what you say you're never going to do, and that you will always do what you say you're going to do. Yeah. And then you earn that respect, right? And when you earn that respect, or you're a moral authority, then people will follow you to death. Well, Pablo did not have that. Pablo, all he had was, positional authority, right? Powerful, and everyone knew that even though he wasn't the richest or the most powerful, he was the most violent. Yeah. Bar none. I mean, he had no. If he killed you, he killed every male related to you.
Yeah, plom or plata, or what was the lead or
Yeah,
dead.
yeah, money
No.
or lead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So plata, yeah, exactly. So that was the thing with them. And with me, everybody respected me. First of all, because as a 23-year-old, I get
yeah.
arrested in a Pennsylvania prison, and for 30 days, I'm tortured to the point that I bled for 5 years every time I pissed.
Yeah,
Horrific.
that th-
I wouldn't even give him anybody's name.
th- th-
And
th- those days before your first prison sentence, this was abroad. You crashed your one of your smuggling planes, right?
right.
Uh,
So, I mean, we can't give everybody the whole story, so they won't buy the book. So,
yeah, exactly. Should have, but heard about that. And
here's what's interesting. Here's what's interesting. I told you that they asked me in this Cocaine Cowboy that's going to air that no one ever asked me. They said this: how come it was so easy for you to walk away, and you got Pablo, you got Chapo, Tao, who had as much money or more than you, who had the same amount of airplanes or more, who had as many fake passports as you or more, and they didn't walk away until they all got caught or murdered. I said, it's simple. I didn't identify myself as a drug dealer. I was a businessman.
Yeah.
And it just happened that one of the products I sold was cocaine. But when cocaine became a product that was no more a harmless crime, when it wasn't no more that the rich and famous were using it or the Hollywood celebrity, that now kids and violence, I walked away from that product and I kept going. I had orange groves. I had cattle ranches, horse ranches. So, but for this guy, they can't do that because their only identity is a drug dealer or a drug lord.
Exactly. You were more undercover, and also you were not affiliated or associated with violence at all. I mean, did you use violence at any time? I mean,
never in my life. When I got started, I remember my godfather saying, if you got to use a gun to go meet with someone, you have no business dealing with that person.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean,
that was our theory, you know. But when I came out of prison, shortly thereafter, I went back. The world had drastically changed.
Yeah.
So I stayed in it another year and a half, maybe almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to. I look back. I did it more out of anger, thinking that, hey, the government sent me. They put me in jail illegally. I got arrested in Panama. No drugs, no Riega sold the drugs. There's nothing. There's no wiretap. There's nothing. They make up a case in Macon, Georgia, which I never been to in my freaking life.
Yeah.
And they locked me up for 15 years. I'm gonna get even. But then I realized, you know what? It wasn't about getting even. And I thank God that they arrested me. Like with this DA agent, I looked at him and I said, with all this that's going on in the United States against the police, which I think is a bunch of crap because the people that live in the worst neighborhoods are the ones that want to defund the police.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Are you freaking stupid?
Yeah.
What happens to a woman when that husband is drugged up and beating the crap out of her, when the gangs are taking over the neighborhood?
Yeah.
Who's going to come and protect you?
Yeah.
Who's going to call 911 when you have a heart attack or an overdose?
Yeah. It's a last line of defense, police.
So I tell them, I say, yeah, there's crooked cops, but there's crooked people at the grocery store, and we still go.
Yeah.
So the thing is, they need more training, and they need more community interaction. But the problem in America, I don't care, with the whole Black Lives Matter movement and all that, I'm like, look, here's the thing. Number one, you're never going to make people don't like you. Just deal with that.
Yeah.
You can protest, riot, do whatever you want. You've been doing it for years and years, and nothing has changed. You got to change your community.
Yeah.
You got to, especially the African American and Latinos that we make it. We can't just leave. We got to go back and fix those communities. Because what happens when one of us, a person of color, makes it? What's the first thing they do? They move out. And when they move out, what do they move? They move to the white community. They've been criticizing forever.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of have the same problems here in Sweden with people coming in from all corners of the world, and they're gathering in the same areas, and it started being ghettos and gangs. We were just starting having gangs now, and it's the amount of drugs per capita in Sweden is around the highest in Europe now. It's really becoming a big problem. So
yeah,
it's
and the thing about it, we gotta stop this war on drugs. It's a joke. It doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't. we need to focus on mental illness, and we need to focus on fixing the community and helping that kid that is born without a father, or the father in jail, or the mother a drug addict or a prostitute, helping him to be able to survive. Because who becomes his father? The gang does.
Yeah.
You know, and we got to help those communities. And we gotta, you want to give money? Don't give money for people to sit their ass at home. Give money to some of those kids that want to go to school, but they can't because they got to work to live. So our whole system is all crooked. It's all corrupt. Special interest, you know, in Latin America, they call it corruption. I call it lobbyists here.
Yeah.
They're just as corrupt. We used to pay $1 million back in '77. So I know you can buy any politician you want. It just depends on what
I mean, you bought everyone. And as you said on your blog, like, people might never like the color of our skin, but it's up to us if they respect us. I mean, in the end, it comes down to the person itself. I mean,
exactly. I mean, we came from Cuba, and I always say this, we were very wealthy in Cuba, so I don't understand why this lady's got a big old, sign and say, go back to Cuba. We don't want you. Spick. No animals in the building. No dogs, no Cuban. And if we spoke Spanish in school, we get paddled.
Yeah. Wow.
You know? So, but you know what? We didn't consider ourselves, and now I don't want to compare the Cuban experience with the African American. I mean, there's a horrific past, which I think that we need to teach in schools.
Yeah, the slave history. Yeah,
the slave history, which was horrific. But dude, we can't continue living the past. Yeah, we got to say enough now. Listen, there's very wealthy African American and people and Latinos, right? I mean, some of the highest paid athletes in the world are
exactly.
Who?
Yeah,
Latinos and African American. Entertainers, the same thing. Yeah. So, I mean, listen, we had a black president.
Exactly.
What the heck?
Yeah.
You know, we got Oprah is black. All these people that are great people are African American.
Yeah.
So let's stop crying. Yeah. You know, I know the horror they made, but the way you fix history is by changing your history. Yeah. Otherwise, history repeats itself. Yeah. Martin Luther King, you know, he peacefully protested and achieved the civil liberties bill. Yeah. But today, with the civil unrest, all you're going to do is let people know, look at them freaking animals. Yeah. What we found about them, that's what it's horrible.